So in this example, I use the metaphor of ruins to think about shifting paradigms of education theory, specifically change and growth in understandings of developmental psychology. So the Webster's Dictionary defines ruins as a falling down, collapse of structure, to reduce a building or place to a state of decay, collapse, or disintegration. So ruins are places where solid structures begin to decompose, particles separate from one another, and in the spaces between, new organisms grow. Yet decay does not necessarily represent death. New growth can't exist without the body of its predecessor. So importantly, these older structures don't just disappear, they change. And this process, I think, is emblematic of societal paradigms which inform theories of childhood and early childhood education, where change and growth, theoretically and physically, is not only about something new, but about transformation, dissensus, and a reconfiguration of past, present, futures. So this is one example of how metaphor might be used to examine and unpack a concept. So jumping back into more of the logistics of your PechaKucha assignment, PechaKucha has a specific style that you'll need to follow. So you'll be working with exactly 20 slides. Each slide is accompanied by a 20-second audio commentary that's no longer. Slides are strictly images, so there should be no headings, no text on the images, just the photo. So think deeply about what images you need to effectively deliver your message. And again, only use original images which are significant to the context of your topic. So we're not using Google Images or clip art. So if you're using images of children, they must be non-identifiable. So the photos should only show hands or feet, and we shouldn't be able to tell who this child is. So for this assignment, it's not necessary to use images of children. But if you do, and you want to use photos of children from your childcare center or work, you will need to obtain consent from the center and from the families before taking the photos. And if you're going this route, please ask me for the consent form and I can send it to you. However, again, it's not at all necessary. So my thought for this assignment is that you'll pay attention to symbols, physical spaces, materials, and think with metaphors to draw attention to your topic. Yes. And lastly, the second to last slide. For your week 9 notes, identify a symbol, material, or metaphor that speaks to the topic that you've chosen for your PechaKucha assignment. So you'll post an original photograph that speaks to this symbol in the week 9 Moodle space with a 200 to 300 word response to these questions. So what might this symbol, material, or metaphor tell you about your topic? How is this symbol, material, or metaphor entangled in discourses of child development, settler colonization, or neoliberalism? So the intention of these notes are to practice thinking with the symbolic. So post your week 9 notes by Saturday at 11:55 p.m. and respond to one other classmate's notes by Sunday at 11:55. So some conversation points to frame this week in your virtual collaboratories. You can start by thinking about how settler colonialism or neoliberalism shows up in your work or your daily life. So begin thinking about some ordinary moments that you might pay attention to that could help you in your PechaKucha assignment. Consider the topic of your PechaKucha and what are some material manifestations or symbols of this topic in early childhood education. discuss ideas, wonderings, possibilities that you have in mind for your PechaKucha assignment and begin to develop some momentum on that. So that's it, everyone. Have a great week.